Hi, you're watching The Price of Admission on Columbia College's Frequency TV. I'm Lacey Bauman, and I'm sitting here with Armie Hammer. Just to start off, just a little tell us about yourself and how you got involved in acting.
I got involved in acting when I was in between high school and college. I wanted to be an actor when I was 11, and I told my parents, I want to act. I can't explain it, but I just want to do that. And my mom was like, no, you're not going to do it, because I'm not going to drive you to auditions, and you're not going to be a child actor, because I would never do that to my own son, which, looking back, I couldn't appreciate more. So as soon as I got out of high school, I was like, okay, well, I'm kind of an adult now. I'm going to flex my muscle, and I'm going to decide I want to be an actor.
You've done a lot of TV as well as movies. What's the difference between acting on TV rather than movies?
It's more business in TV. You have a deadline. You have 8 days to finish an episode, then you got to start the next episode. And you got to finish that one in 8 days, and it really becomes about just plugging it out and getting it done. Whereas it's more about passion with film. You have people who sell their life for buying the rights of one thing, and they're going to do everything they can to make sure it's perfect, because it's a passionate thing for them. And I really respond to that. You get more time to find stuff. You get more time to do more takes. If it doesn't feel right, they're going to keep going instead of being like, all right, we don't have time, move on, next shot. So I appreciate film more. I think it's a better medium.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about The Social Network and what your characters are involved with in the movie.
Well, The Social Network is sort of about the nebulous beginnings of Facebook, about who said what, who stole what, how did it come to be. Essentially, these two twins who were rowing at Harvard approached an underclassman to design a website for them called Harvard Connection. And the underclassman that they approached was Mark Zuckerberg, who then went on to, after meeting with them, after taking all of their research, after looking at their website, going on to create his own website while still telling them that he was working for them. So it's just this very sort of convoluted bunch of kids fighting with each other, a bunch of kids with more money and brains than sense.
Yes. Your character, you actually play two. You play twins. What was that like seeing yourself twice?
It was the most uncomfortable thing in the entire world. It's like listening to yourself on voicemail going, that's what I sound like, but then two of you, and then you have to look at yourself twice too.
How did they film those scenes, because it seemed so real?
There were several different things that we did to accomplish all of that, and most of it, I do not even understand it as above my pay grade. It's just like movie magic, I guess.
Did you get paid double for it?
I wish. I wish. That would have been nice.
In the movie, it's just your characters are a group of colleagues that pretty much get ripped off of a pretty good idea. Do you feel that your character's anger was just in that?
While we were shooting, I had to. I had to only sympathize with my character in order to really bring truth to it. But now that I've distanced myself a little more from the project and walked away from it, I look back on it and I'm just like, it really was just a bunch of immature kids, making mistakes. And I don't think you can point to any one person and say they messed up or he messed up or this person tricked this person. I think a lot of mistakes were made, and even all the people who were there in 2003 can't agree on what happened. So us not having been there, there's no chance.
Yeah. Was it hard to portray two different characters, to try and differentiate the two between the two characters?
Yes and no. It was double the work, but at the same time, it was double the opportunity to act in a Fincher film, which was the best.
Would you do anything different than what your characters did? They fought for their rights to this idea. Would you do anything different than what they did?
God, I don't know what I would do if I was in their situation. I don't know. See, I think that I would have tried to avoid the situation beforehand. But hindsight's 20/20, so you can always look back and go, well, they shouldn't have done this and they shouldn't have done that. But if I were to be in the same situation, I can't say how I'd really, handle it.
How has the film been perceived so far?
It's been really well received. I think to the point where it makes everyone a little nervous, because it's all been so positive that we're waiting for one person to be like, nope. Like what happened with Inception. For the first 2 weeks, everybody said this is the best movie that's ever been made. But then, 2 weeks after that, they were like, well, actually, no, it's not. People start to get, a little elitist.
What makes this movie different than any other movie?
I would, honestly, the thing that makes it different is if you have an event that happens and you want to make a movie about it, you have to write a script, then the studio has to get the script, make changes to the script, the writer has to rewrite it, then it goes to the director, then you have to cast it, then you have to produce, then you have to do all this stuff, and by the time you make it, what you want to make that movie about is sort of obsolete or antiquated. But in this one, it seems like it's just such a modern thing that it's just so pertinent to our time right now.
Okay. Well, I think that about wraps it up. Thank you for watching The Price of Addition on Columbia College's Frequency TV. And thank you very much for interviewing.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
And don't forget to watch the social network that opens up on October 1st.